Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 234 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Almost Tuesday night, almost going up on a Tuesday. If it wasn't for the computers messing up earlier, I might have got this show live tomorrow. But y'all know what it is.
That would have been Wednesday. But we are happy to see you. You could have been anywhere else in the world. You came in here with me and Reg. It is the mic check, the computer check, laptop check, mic check, all of the checks. We are feeling good. And y'all know why we feeling good. Let's be real here.
Y'all feeling good, feeling great. Y'all know what it is.
Y'all
we do the mic check every Monday.
Going on.
We do the mic check every Monday, followed by our show, which is football, then basketball, before we get to summer hours. Oh, Norwood already to get to the shits, bruh.
Hey, man.
Shout out to the Braves, our only smart child so far.
I appreciate everything you guys continuously do to keep us uplifted. For the people who are listening, the Atlanta Braves have won 5 out of the last 6. It was a fantastic homestand. We dropped one last Thursday to the Blue Jays, but we beat them on Tuesday, beat them on Wednesday, lost on Thursday, then moved over to the Pirates, beat them on Friday, beat them on Saturday, beat them on Sunday. 3-0, 5-1. As you can see there, we brought the brooms out for the Pirates, sent them on home. And while y'all here, please vote for the entire team for All-Star, because they be hating on our team, and it pisses me off. MLB just posted the best players the last month. 0 Atlanta Braves, even though we happen to be the best team in baseball. And I think that's egregious, and I think it's terrible.
I don't see how they couldn't have had Mike Harris on there as one of the best players in baseball. I think he's hitting over 300. He had a 3-hit game in the Pirate series. Now it's good to know. You do need to note that Skeens, I think he's out. But the Braves handled what they were supposed to do. They swept the Pirates. Swept the Pirates, beat the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays just got one. Again, even with this record, I don't know if you have the graphic, man. Didier Fuentes got his first save. Wemby just pulled a Ben Simmons, but then he hit the 3. So I mean,
that ain't Ben Simmons,
and we don't even have our catcher. Both our catchers are out, and we still playing this way.
And for the people listening at home, once again, we are 45-21, 682 winning percentage, 8-2 in the last 10. We won 3 in a row, and we are currently 10 games in front of Kev's Philadelphia Phillies.
Kev ain't no Phillies fan, is he?
I think by definition he has to be. I'm pretty.
Kev is from New Jersey.
Oh, he don't care. Also, New York Mets. Boy, y'all are expensive and trash. Y'all are a designer trash bag. You remember when they wanted to charge you $10,000 for them IKEA bags because they were designer? That's what y'all
$1 million is what they're paying. $760 million fully guaranteed to Juan Soto. And Juan Soto is not legging out singles, and he actually cost his team 2 runs in the last game. 1, because he didn't leg out a single, and 2, because he chased a bad pitch with runners in scoring positions.
It's over. You 16 games out of first, $765 million a bench. Between that and your boy with the Padres.
I don't know if his is just a slump.
Manny
Machado. I don't know if Manny Machado is just a slump or something else, because he's been good, hasn't he? The last couple years they were good. And then
and they got Tatis, and just you can't buy baseball, yo. Okay, unless you're the Dodgers. If you print money, you can buy baseball. That is 1,000% true. I'm sorry, but some of us can just get it out of the mud. Austin Riley and Hae-Sung Kim have been pretty rough over the last couple of days. Kim, you probably out of there. Riley, I
Kim,
think you're
yeah.
getting you're gonna be fired. And then also shout out to your boy Mauricio Dubon, 2026 runners in scoring position, 2 outs, 26 at bats, batting 423, 2 home runs, 20 RBIs, 483 on base percentage, 808 slugging percentage. It's like he looks forward to the pressure. And he plays 4 positions. Great job.
Not just him. It's like 2 or 3 other utilities players that play like 4 positions. What I see with the Braves, and I called them this in a reel last week. It's the motley crew. Like, it's a bunch of people that you don't really know their name. I don't know. I mean,
Wait,
they're
we ain't
not.
saying that either. We got a couple add-ons, but you
got
you look at it.
Dubon. You got what's the designated hitter?
Ortega,
Yep.
I think is his name.
No, that is not his name. He is black. And then African American.
I know you're talking about though, because he had a really good week last week.
Yeah, we've got like 3 or 4 players that are, and when I say a motley crew, it's unfamiliar to Braves fans. Braves fans are kind of spoiled. We don't really out players.
Yo, Stephon Castle just gave Brunson one right to the chin.
I'm at they're about to chat. You'll see. But the Braves, we have a bunch of utility players that can fill in and play every position almost, outfield, except for like catcher and pitcher. But they're playing shortstop. Dubon is playing outfield. Like, you have players, you have your 2 and your few are set players, right? You have Acuna, you have Mike Harris, you have Austin Riley, Matt Olson's going crazy.
Jorge Mateo.
You got, but then you have the Jorge Mateos, the Dubons, I can't remember the other guy's name, but I don't want
Eli
to say
Smith.
It wrong.
Eli White. He kind of making it do.
It's like 3 or 4 of them that are playing really, really well. What I do like about Dubon, and he said this, I think it was him that said it against the Pirates. No, it wasn't Dubon, but one of the players for the Braves said, they gave Big Bear Ozuna a really good standing ovation for his comeback, his return to Atlanta. And they were like, hey, I may not be the polar bear, I may not be the big bear, but I'm a what do you say? I'm a mean hamster or something like that. So I mean, what do you do when you lose big time players or big pieces of offense or defense? You play with you try to fill it in with a bunch of different pieces. And that's what they're doing. Shout out to the Braves.
And shout out to Alex Anthopoulos consistently finding these guys. Minus, I mean, the only one we really missed on was Jurickson Profar.
I ain't gonna say we really missed. I mean, we missed because of drugs. We didn't miss because of talent evaluation. He hit like 300, 450 foot home runs before. I mean, they were 450 feet because of but still,
that boy's on that shit, won't he?
That boy on that needle. What they say on that needle.
That cream in the clear, boy. When you miss a whole season, and I think it's probably
then fail again.
Right. And
they
had the nerve to put Austin Riley's most disappointing player on Braves roster. I was like, oh, no. You are unfamiliar. It's only one person. Jurickson Profar. All he got is a jersey. Moving right on to another interesting story we've covered for a while. Naija Kennedy, the $1 million pitcher for Texas Tech, has ended her college career the last 2 years. Remember, she's gotten paid $1 million to be their pitcher. And of course, we talked about it last week, how happy everybody at Texas Tech was. But in hindsight, she's a 3-time All-American, 2-time NFCA pitcher of the year, 2-time Big 12 pitcher of the year, 4-time Women's College World Series All-Tournament team, 2-time Big 12, 2-time Pac-12, record for most career wins in the Women's College World Series. She is it. Go ahead and put her in all of the halls, all of the fames. It is her and it's everybody else. She will be going into the Athletes Unlimited Softball League draft. $2 million richer.
Yeah, man. She was one of the original, or I wouldn't say original, one of the new NIL players that Josh Hart for 3. Wow. One of the NIL players that, she embraced the NIL journey up front, got $1 million a piece. Some folks tried to, say because she didn't win a championship, it wasn't because of her. Every team that she's been on that didn't win a championship was upset because she was
let me
so
tell
good.
you, team is happy. Texas Tech love their lady.
They love her and Jason Williams' daughter. Like they love all of them. So she's had a great career. I really, really hope that she takes off and the women's softball league uses her in a good way, uses her notoriety to take off. That's what I really, really hope. So shout out to her. Great, great, great story and giving hope to little girls. Hey, man, you can become a professional softball player if you're good.
And
Update,
get rich.
the Knicks going crazy right now. And getting rich. You right.
Unbelievable. And then I'm gonna let first we have FIFA to affiliate the Somali referee Omar Artan deny entry to the US. Please explain to us why this is important.
Bruh, this is a big deal, y'all. And we don't like to be too political here. I may be political, with stuff that you see in the background sometimes, but this is a really big deal that we were talking about with FIFA way back when they announced the field and they announced the groups. And I was like, bro, they got all these countries that don't like each other that are currently at war are in the same group. So if you guys know, politically, Trump has weaponized, and others, and I won't say just Trump, but his base has weaponized this movement that Somalians are bad for the country, stealing welfare, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Even though most of that has been debunked.
We don't care about facts. You think these people read?
But long story short, because of all of the sanctions rules and everything that's come out under Trump for foreign policy, this referee is the 2025 referee of the year, and he's denied. Omar Artan is denied entry into the country for the World Cup that starts in a week. Not only is he one of them, remember we told y'all, hey, they got Iraq, Iran, and all of them in the same group. Ayman Hussein from Iraq, along with the rest of his team, was stopped at customs, and he was detained and questioned for 7 hours before coming into the country to play. I told y'all from the jump, I said, dog, this World Cup, the way that this administration is going to be a shit show. And let me tell you, we have entered the shit and the show is on the way. I don't know what's going to happen with FIFA. We seem to have an administration that is one of the things you say, willfully obtuse. They do things that they know isn't great, that they know isn't good for the public, isn't good for the country, which you're not supposed to do as a sitting president, and you still do the stupid stuff, i.e. game 3 of the finals. So I just wanted to bring this up. I really wanted y'all to pay attention to kind of the sports politics. Norwood likes the sports money. We do the draft and all of this, but there's a lot of sports politics. I think we talked about it in basketball with He Who Shall Not Be Named. We talked about it and now it's with soccer and the sports politics and everything that's going on. This World Cup is going to be one. We may not be online because I think that's during our time that we're off, but we may have to get on here every now and then and talk to y'all about this because there's some shit about to start here, dog. When you have the best referee and then you detain a whole team, this ain't the only 2 things we talking about either. There's more. We could do a whole World Cup segment, but we hadn't even started.
Yeah. What country is not allowed in this? I can't remember. One of the countries, they're going to basically make them stay in Mexico the whole time because they're not cool with America. I mean, even from the
propaganda. Iran already was going to stay in Mexico. They never booked.
You cut out, of course, right when you said whatever you said.
Testing,
I missed
testing.
it.
You should be able to hear
You
me.
can go on.
Oh, well, I was saying Iran
What
already
else was
said that
I
they're
going
staying
to
in
say?
Mexico. You should be able. Kev, can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up if you
We
can hear me.
didn't got too
Okay.
close to the Chinese weather balloons again.
Who? Kev said he can hear me. Can you not hear me? Norwood.
Now they trying to make sure that we don't discuss things. I was just gonna
Oh
say
no.
from an
Well, I was okay. Hold on. I didn't finish. I was saying Iran was never staying in America. We never kicked them out of the country. That's propaganda, propaganda, propaganda. They were always staying in Mexico. So don't let Trump come out there and tell you, oh, I remember he said I kicked them Iran. No, he never kicked them out. They were never staying here. Sorry, my bad.
It's ghetto here anyway. That was my point, was infrastructure wise, the two cities that we live in have waited until the very last minute to try to do their homework. And Atlanta and Houston are trying to fix roads every day and clean up. And it's like, y'all know these people will be here any minute. Y'all should not run this country like a seventh grader runs this room.
Seventh grader runs the country.
Oh, damn. You are when you're right, you are right. And with that being said, we're going to take a very, very short break here. We're going to come back and we're going to have a very interesting discussion on what the fuck college football got going on. Y'all go ahead.
I'm about to pour my jar of wine. You remember you see that jar of wine I posted?
Yeah.
The Olive Garden special?
Yeah, because and it's so crazy that all of the college football coaches are like, what the fuck together. But with that being said, we're going to step away just briefly. When we come back, we will come back and to the best of our abilities, try to make sense of something that seems to be very senseless. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe. We'll be right back.
We will be right back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 234 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. Our powers combined. We are your HBCU homies. Welcome to the podcast. Happy to have you here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe if you're here. Make sure you leave some notes in the comment. Just let you know it is game 3 of the NBA Finals. We have the games on, so you may hear some loud outbursts or something. It is what it is.
Confirmed.
If you're listening to the playback, please go back and listen to the mic check. The Chinese weather balloon. I ain't even gonna say Chinese weather balloons. Now we in a whole new era. The weather balloons could be anywhere.
You ever figure out what happened with them weather balloons from China?
But go back and listen to it. We had some good conversation. We talked about FIFA. We talked about the Atlanta Braves chop talk, as well as then we also highlighted Miss Kennedy that played for Texas Tech and had one of the best careers in softball history. We are now
gonna get
started with football.
We right back to Texas Tech. Funny story.
Hey man, okay, y'all. We just posted last week that Sorsby was going to be ruled ineligible. We did not convey, or I did not convey, that was foolish, because Mississippi set the precedent last year with Trinidad Chambliss. Hey, we don't care what the NCAA rules. We're going to go to court, and then you will reinstitute our player. Brendan Sorsby got caught making thousands of bets, was banned from the NCAA, ruled ineligible. He then takes it to court in Lubbock, Texas, with I'm assuming a Texas Tech supporter, and they threw the case out, similar to Mississippi type with Trinidad Chambliss about his eligibility. This sets a wild precedent. What's good, Rod?
So, this is the thing. Sorsby is interesting. Trinidad is, to me, a whole different thing. It's legal and it's tricky and it's people who support the team being in there. Sure, that's one thing. Sorsby, I think they said that he bet what? 30,000? 3,000 bets, whatever it was. 3,000 bets. It was over 90 grand. He was betting for and against his own damn team. They're number one. Y'all know me. If you don't know by now, I'm already not the biggest fan of sports betting. I think that all it's done is entrap more athletes and cause more problems for us all than actually any really good for sports. But this is just beyond. It's just so far out of bounds that I think that it happened so fast. We were all under the impression that Sorsby's out, his football career is over. No NFL team in their right mind is going to bet on a guy who bet for and against his team. Oh, hello, Cardi. Uh,
I kept my eyes right on the camera.
Yeah, Sorsby might have saved you.
Yeah.
But we never thought in a million years that he would ever play football again. Because, of course, you can't go back to college after you bet for and against your team. And, of course, you're not going to the NFL because, number one, you probably aren't good enough. Second, once again, you have an admitted gambling problem and you bet against your team, which we will discuss some other guys bet against their team. But somehow there was an injunction granted today, and it's so bizarre that like the coaches and ADs are all kind of in this same cloud of confusion of, and I'm sure all the fans as well. Who in the fuck thought that this was okay?
Cloud of confusion.
Yes.
So the Big 12 ADs have already said that they will not play Texas Tech.
They've already come back and changed their mind on that too. They're gonna play.
That was released 3 hours ago.
I know.
Well, whatever, man. The football. Hey, we in the circus right now. There's no rules. We in the circus that's pitched in the wild, wild west, bro. There are no rules in college football right now. If you are an athlete, get it while the getting's good.
Get all of it however you can get it. Now, you can't tell me anything. I'm betting for and against every team. I'm taking any NIL deal. Hey, get the money.
Jug. They about to jug. You think this a jug?
Hey. If I can bet
Sorsby was jugging.
If I can bet against my team, then literally no bets are off. You're asking me to actively rig this game. You're telling me that that's the most important thing is money. Like, I don't know what it is. I never thought this would happen.
I think this is gonna shout out to this. This season's going to be another. What did I say? It was a shit show. This is gonna be a shit show season 2, bro. You're gonna see more and more stuff. Which is shout out to Josh. He said as soon as gambling was legalized, he'd never believed in American sports again. And at every turn, it seems that he's being proven right.
I actually feel bad for the NIL guys who are doing it the right way, because this is going to be the thing that they hang their head on, where there has to be like a college sports bill of rights, where they're going to try to get everything in one fell swoop instead of fixing what they need to fix, or just outline gambling again like they did before.
Too much money. It's
but what I'm saying is they're going to. It's like the Patriot Act, where, all right, well, this is the big overarching thing. It's very important. And then we're going to try to sneak everything else past the goalie. They're going to do the same thing here with sports. All right, well, this kid bet for it against his team. So now we have to restructure this, and Nick Saban will get right in there and suddenly have morals and beliefs and and integrity. Little Nicky, congratulations on what you did, but don't come here and act like you had any of that before.
Yeah, STFU.
Oh, SYBAU. That's mine.
But this is wild, man. I we'll have to stay here, but there's going to be so much that comes out as this is the precedent that has been set that they're going to end up doing some type of legislation, and they're going to try to get the government involved. And you see what the government does, full of grifters. This is all going down that road some type of way. It's about to happen.
Yeah, this is just like we literally just found this out, like Reggie said, a few hours ago. And this is very much so at the very beginning of this. So y'all buckle up. We'll probably talk about this from now until the end of the season. And as long as he's eligible, we are all fans of college football, minus Texas Tech, have a massive problem. This is, I don't want to hang integrity in sports the closest together, but this is
What?
a this is a blatant disregard of integrity at the highest level.
This history repeating itself. We back in the 20s. We just in the
Right.
2020s instead of
Right.
1920s. But
But
we can move on, man.
in better news, the Legacy Bowl will be moving from New Orleans to Atlanta.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
I do hate that New Orleans loses the Legacy Bowl, but Atlanta right now, as we will discuss here momentarily, is just the best city for sports business due to its location, due to its money, due to its demographic. It is literally perfect. And I think that having this in Atlanta allows it to be more accessible in a better venue and more centrally located so that more people can be a part of this and invest in it. So overall, I think the Legacy Bowl moving from New Orleans, while New Orleans is my favorite city to visit, it makes more sense in Atlanta.
It makes more sense now that you've gotten the Southeast into the SWAC. So the HBCU Legacy Bowl went to this. I never agreed with it being in New Orleans. I think it should have been in Houston because because of the SWAC is one of the bigger conferences, especially because the MEAC kind of disbanded a little bit, lost a couple teams. But now that you've gotten Bethune-Cookman, FAMU, all into the SWAC, most of your teams now are all across the South. So if they're going to be all across the South, the de facto capital of the South, especially Southeast, is Atlanta. And you already have the college football Hall of Fame here. You already have all of these venues here. You have all of the
You know what else
you have the HBCU bowls, you have the Celebration Bowl.
You got the busiest airport in the world. Means access. More people flying in from all over the country to be able to go to this. I love New Orleans. Not a great airport to try to fly into.
Not really. Most people fly. Well, not to fly in. You're right. Especially if you're trying to build this up. Atlanta is definitely the hub. And everybody can come here. Now you can also include, it's a lot easier to fly to Atlanta from DC. It's a lot easier to fly to Atlanta from North Carolina, from Virginia, from all Tennessee. Depends on what part. Tennessee to fly to Atlanta versus to fly to New Orleans or fly to Baton Rouge and then drive to New Orleans and do all of the things. I think this is a great move. I can't wait. I would say we're probably the best for sports business. I would agree. I would probably throw LA up there.
Oh no, it's Atlanta has actually been named the number one city for sports business in the United States between sponsorships, accessibility. A lot of this is the three main things here. Number one, the Atlanta Falcons are the innovators when it comes to food and beverage. They are literally the first team to make it reasonable for people to go and take their families. And they're going to actually hold the prices through FIFA, which is unbelievable. And if you don't know, majority of things on that menu somewhere between $3 to $5. You go anywhere else in the world, quadruple it. Then you have the Atlanta Braves, who are literally the sports case study for everybody getting a new stadium and the self-sustaining nature of the Battery. Then you have the Atlanta Hawks, who have one of the best, if not the best, fan experiences in all of sports. So you put that together, and yes, you have the number one sports business city in the United States. I did not say we're the number one sports city because I know y'all don't listen and y'all don't read. Y'all be all in my DMs telling me things that I did not say. But it is the number one city for sports business in the United States. And I think that the Legacy Bowl will take great it'll make it easy for them.
Yeah, and I think Atlanta is one of the better cities when all of our stadiums aren't on top of each other for whatever reason, political. You do have the Hawks and the Falcons, but it's a very good case study of how you want to show how you can spread different types of stadiums and different sports teams around the different metropolitan area. I think if you look at the geography, we might not like the wording that they use, but they do put teams where they know that people are going to really attend the games. So that's why most of our games are sold out, and we have the same demographic.
And
So,
we do good with the fan experiences. If you go watch the Atlanta United, it's great. The Atlanta Dream is great. Hell, the College Park Skyhawks, great.
it's fun. I've
Out
been there. It's fun,
like,
actually.
and we care a lot about making sure that the experience Atlanta is an experience city. It's not just go there. We want you to go there and have the time of your life. And these people put a lot of money invested into making sure they do that. Congratulations.
Oh, Champagne flopped. Sorry, y'all.
No worries.
Champagne flop. But yeah, we can move on. Shout out to Atlanta. Speaking of Atlanta, let's get to our Falcons focus. We got much. Avion Terrell is already getting the praises of Jeff Ulbrich, saying he's going to be a significant year one contributor. It said he's been blown away by Terrell's approach to the game, and the team will evaluate his role throughout training camp. What I took from this is he came prepared. His brother came prepared. They both come from Westlake, and they both went to Clemson. They both went to two programs that have known to put players in the league. They seem to be very, very close. They are, I'm not seem to be, they are very close. And what I am interested in is how they're going to use Avion without reading too much. Yeah, Champagne flop. Without reading too much into this, I know that they're trying to figure out if it's going to be nickel, dime, or outside corner. If they're singing his praises this early, I wouldn't be surprised if you see in preseason him line up outside, maybe with the second team early.
I 1000% think that. I mean, number one, as a person who's had their brother be their supervisor at some point in their career, yeah, you get to go home with this dude. You need to pick up and soak up the information faster, because when you go home, you can continue to work. Yeah, you got the playbook. You should have it earlier. You have a direct connection. Your brother is, let's say, second, third in charge on the defense behind, I would say, Jesse Bates and maybe Devon Diablo, just because he's the green dot, but your brother's third. So you have direct connection to this coach that you've probably been talking to since draft day. So yeah, my expectation is for you to come in like this, but it's about continuously being in front of and being better. And you're right. But my biggest thing with him is, and really with all of the secondary, is keeping guys who can be fresh. If he can play inside, if he can play nickel sometimes and give a guy a blow there, then still play CB2 and just rotate, then yeah, we're going to be fresher. And that means we're going to be able to cover better with James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker. Hey, things look a lot different. And Ulbrich knows that he is the key to this defense. And if he wants to ever be a head coach, it's going to be very important for this Atlanta Falcons defense to be good again. And I think that's very reasonable. I think that there's a high probability this defense is a slam dunk champ.
I mean, because he's not Ulbrich is it, but a lot of people have been saying a lot about Avion, and they're saying that injury was significant, and that mirroring video that came out, that's him in real life. So the expectations are definitely up.
I hate that for y'all wide receivers. Tighten up,
boy. Yeah, boy. But we can move on, man. Bears moving to Indiana.
Hammond, Indiana at that.
I ain't never heard. They are moving to Hammond, Indiana. They could not strike a deal. We saw so many renderings over the last couple of years. I think they were supposed to have a stadium on the waterfront that was going to have an all glass and was going to have the blah, blah, blah. And it never quite came through. I've seen many Chicago fans that live in Chicago are frustrated, city council, everything about this. And the Bears are finally good. They're finally good again. And the first thing they do is move away.
This is the reason, or one of the reasons, that sports and politics will always be interwoven. You have fantastic black mayor Brandon, I can't think of his last name, Brandon Johnson, who has been fighting tooth and nail to try to keep the Chicago Bears in Chicago right there. Actually, if you watch his posts on this, you could tell he's kind of devastated. He looks to be kind of drained about them moving to Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the city council who is much more conservative and not wanting to spend the money in order for Chicago to have a new stadium. So you basically have competing cities now. You have the city of Chicago, and they're like, oh, we're not going to ask the taxpayers to bail out billionaires who want money. And I understand that. But number one, Soldier Field is already there. It's not going anywhere. Then on top of that, you have, jokingly, as Reggie just said, Hammond, Indiana, a city none of us have ever heard of before. And they're like, well, why else would you be in Hammond, Indiana? So, yeah, we'll be more than happy to foot the bill because high tide raises all ships. And if we get a stadium, we know what, that increases home values. That means businesses move out there. There are going to be more people in the city, X, Y, and Z, all of those things. So it's one of those situations where the city of Chicago, I mean, maybe you keep the money in your pocket, but you're going to have to drive. And I did see it mapped out 15 minutes to head to another state in order to watch your team play. Now, as a person who used to work for the Augusta Green Jackets, and for a very long time, Ripken Athletics wanted the Augusta Green Jackets to stay in the city of Augusta. And the city of Augusta said, hell no, we're not paying for that. And then it went to North Augusta and they built the beautiful SRP Stadium. I've dealt with this directly. And every time that they don't build a stadium, the city that gets the stadium is always thrilled about it. And the other city's like, damn, we let it go. And I feel like that's what's going to happen in Chicago.
Yeah, this, there's other conversations. This is more like a grift to me. I think,
By who?
and I shout out to Chicago's mayor for not falling for it. So what they do is billionaires go and they say, we promise we build a stadium, we'll be able to do X, Y, and Z, and they get the taxpayers, like you said, to pay for it. And then they keep all the profit from when they make the money. So you basically built a stadium and don't see any money from it unless you look into property and all of that stuff. Going to Hammond, Indiana, the Bears going there ain't gonna do nothing. That's gonna be like Green Bay. Ain't nothing in Green Bay but Green Bay. Ain't gonna be nothing in Hammond but Indiana.
But that's the reason it's a trick bag, because now you still have to maintain Soldier Field for nobody to play there.
High school and all that stuff. You have to make it a tourist attraction. Sad.
But who is no. And that's kind of the issue is you like I if I'm going to Chicago, I'm not going to Soldier Field unless I'm a Bears fan. And like
as a football fan, if they were to make it an attraction, you gonna have to use something to make.
How you gonna make a stadium into?
That's not my job. Okay. But they did, but they can. Durham did it. They do it all the time for Christmas. Like you can have events there, just like Houston had before they came back. They had the Astrodome, but they still played high school football where they still had things going on. No, you can do it.
The Astrodome is just literally they need to do some shit with that too. The only thing that survived was I can't think of what the Joel Osteen's church, what it was before, when it was a basketball. Yeah. But outside of that, like, and then you're still responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of this facility. And you have to have somebody there to make sure that people don't get hurt, X, Y, and Z. Honestly, Chicago, I'll keep it real with y'all. You should have paid it. It sucks, but you should have paid it. And I think that if it was up to Brandon Johnson, he would have paid it. But I think that
not if you were talking about taxpayers' money.
If you're a Chicago fan, you would have paid it. I think they love their Bears, they would have paid it. They might not have been happy about it, but they would have been happier than not having a team right there in Chicago. Hey, I'm always going to be paid. I think that sports mean too much to cities. And now we're just like we call the Washington Commandos the Commandos. You're going to be the Indiana Bears.
It is what it is. It sucks for the city of Chicago, though.
Speaking of the NFC North and things,
Christian Watson signs with the Packers right after Drake London signs. I think he signed for about $30 million a year, somewhere in there. Versus no, did he sign for 30?
Yeah.
Yes. So if y'all were calling Drake London an overpay,
no, it was 4 years, 100 million. It was 4 years, 100
so 25 million. So I don't think Christian Watson is close to Drake in any aspect as a wide receiver. And y'all were talking about the Falcons when we signed Drake London to the 4-year, $37.5 million contract per year. But as we said in the group, and I pass it to Norwood after I say this, getting out ahead of the game. You know that all of these receivers, including George Pickens, Christian Watson, all of these guys outside of the top two,
Puka Nacua,
need money.
So he number one.
You might as well.
He's going to reset it. He's going to reset the market. He's going to reset it.
So you have to pay these people. Christian Watson, smart by the Packers. Let me get my money now.
This is the thing. Oh, I'm gonna let you finish first. I'm gonna let you.
No, I'm saying that was smart for him, and smart for the Falcons to sign Drake London. Get it out the way because you know Puka's about to come in $45 million.
Yeah. So this is the thing. As Atlanta Falcons fans, we have to be thrilled. We prioritized in the right order who was most important. Drake London, and we got him on about as reasonable deal as you could get. I don't think that it's an overpay. I think that that's just what things cost. With that being said, this thing is going to escalate. Christian Watson, and I want to be clear, is 4 years, 110 million, so it's like 27.5. He's only like $6 million away from Drake London. He's probably had half the production of Drake London, and he's had a real quarterback, and Drake London has had two bad scams, two African prince
and a beer man.
My God. And a dude with half a leg.
Beer man and barrel roll. Those are the three quarterbacks.
So this, I think, was an overpay. I don't love this contract. But
think about it, basketball terms, $25 million a year for a wide receiver too. Not bad.
It's not tradable right now. It will be tradable in the future. Contracts are also getting to the point where you got to let them kind of bake. So it might be heavy the first 2 years. As the salary cap increases, then it's much more reasonable. But I think this was an overpay for the Packers. But this, number one, makes me feel way more comfortable about the Falcons. Also, like I said, Puka Nacua got to get paid. George Pickens got to get paid. Zay Jones got to get paid. It's somebody else who's got to get paid. Olave got to get paid. What's the other dude with the Jets has got to get paid?
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. All of those got to get paid. Thank you, Falcons, for doing the needful and doing it early. We also know George Pickens and the Cowboys. That's going to turn into a tumultuous shit show. If we can and did avoid that, that gives me so much more peace.
Let me tell y'all. I don't know how you make the title of the show shit show, but we've talked about 3 topics and had 3 shit shows so far. Like,
we just gonna put the little poop emoji show.
I don't know what Dallas is gonna do.
We never do
because
they don't know what they're gonna do. They just be out there giving it out.
That's why NFL let Jerry do whatever he want to do because we don't know, and the fans are gonna tune in every time because it's gonna
hard
come
knocks,
down.
Baby.
George Pickens gonna go over there and make a one-handed catch and do something like Dion and then just walk out of practice. It's like, well,
He gonna choke
pay
somebody
me
out
now.
too. I can't wait. I can't wait for him to choke somebody out. I hope he do it before he get
But
paid, because then we might have. I mean, then he might just be like, I'll come to Atlanta.
let me
Y'all
just be
want? Are you
mad real
interested
fast.
in Kyle Pitts? I'm laughing because they're
ah,
serious.
also Falcons. Look for some Bijan Robinson contract news to break this week. They are working on it actively, and I did want to have that discussion because we did not talk about it. The Falcons signed Drake London. I think they signed him this week or last week after we potted. So they signed Drake London. They are already talking about signing Bijan, and he's probably going to reset the running back market.
You knew that was going to happen. Hey, I don't want to hear it. This is why you drafted him. And I mean, Jalen Carter ain't going to be cheap either.
With that being said, what does that mean for Kyle Pitts? Kyle Pitts has said he's saying all the right things, right? He's saying, this is a new regime and they're giving me a chance to show my talent and I can't wait. This is like 1 year and then I love Atlanta and all the things. But money is money. And if you re-sign Bijan, unless you're just not going to add anything else,
well,
and
potentially
you possibly may have. What does that mean for Kyle Pitts?
Well,
is he going to get traded?
The biggest thing at this point is we don't have a big quarterback contract to make it difficult right now on us. So you can't kind of afford to pay the tertiary guys because we're rookie contract and vet minimum $1 million to Tua. So we don't have a ton of money invested in quarterback. That's the reason that you kind of want to make it happen before you find your quarterback and you got to pay him that, because then that's when you have to start cutting back. But overall, I just think that the time for Pitts in Atlanta has run its course. Y'all know I'm a Gator fan, but I'm also a fan of just production and winning. I don't think that he can do that here. I think that this is preparation for trade, and I am perfectly fine with that, to be completely honest.
Yep. All right, back to it. I think that's the end of the Falcons. Well, it's not the end of the Falcons news, but it's pissing me off. So L'Jarius Sneed had all that stuff going off the field. He did not have a great time in Tennessee. Tennessee was kind of in shambles. He was the top free agent cornerback when he signed there, and they gave him all the money. So if they do that, now he's a free agent, and he goes and signs back with Kansas City. Shout out to the Falcons, because y'all know I have been wanting us to go try to get L'Jarius Sneed the whole time, and he signed. With him signing to Kansas City isn't frustrating because that's familiar. He knows the system. He knows everybody there, etc. What's frustrating is they signed him for $5 million. We got that. Can you imagine Sneed, Avion Terrell, and AJ Terrell?
Woo! I feel like Baltimore. Just last week, I was like, "Hey, y'all didn't have that? Here we are, $5 million." I'm like, that ain't nothing. I got it's $5 million in play, man. I could have got rid of $5 million real fast, and you could, yeah.
But I mean, and from a fit wise, they just traded Trent McDuffie, so you had to get L'Jarius Sneed back, and he is 2 years older, and we do know
that's fine.
We do well, man, cornerbacks and running backs fall off cliffs.
Hey, bro, he ain't D Alfred, and no disrespect to D Alfred, but D Alfred ain't L'Jarius Sneed.
D Alfred ain't on our team no more.
I mean, but you get what I'm saying.
He ain't there. He would have been an upgrade for sure. But I mean, when you go with Avion, and they really do believe in Billy Bowman coming back. So when you have those two players, I still would have signed him. But then you have Mike Hughes? He's there as well. I'm pretty sure he's not on a crazy contract either. So I mean, the rich would have, spoiled wise, I would have loved that L'Jarius Sneed. I'm interested to see what that does for that Chiefs defense.
Yeah, I just as soon as I saw, I was like, damn, I thought, but I get it. You going somewhere familiar. Now I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. Like the Chiefs got to get it back. They had the mojo, then they lost it. They got to find it back. And best of luck. Best of luck. Now, this is very interesting. The San Francisco 49ers decided to cancel mandatory minicamp due to the fact that they had 100% attendance for voluntary minicamp. Now, I feel confused. On one hand, I understand your coach and your team is relatively mature. Number one, you want to keep guys healthy. But there's also a point of like San Francisco 49ers, you guys haven't ever really met your potential. We all believe that you're a championship worthy team without a chip. And you don't have many more years of not getting it done before there's
I think
going
that window's closed, big dog. Personally,
they that can't be good. Not if you pay Brock Purdy all that money.
that was that, the wheels fell off. You lost Debo. You lost whatever you had with IU. Jennings is gone. They did bring in Mike Evans, but he's 35. Like you got Christian McCaffrey, Mike Evans, Brock Purdy, Trent Williams. That's just he's offensive tackle. So I mean, I
So
think this window's closed. It is not to bury the lead. This was really dope of Shanahan. The fact that you do have the culture to have 100% participation in OTAs,
impressive.
especially after all that controversy about the Achilles and the ACLs and the electrical substation next to the practice field, about injuries. Now showing that you still have the culture, maybe you be able to get some trades and entice some older veterans to come to this team on a cheap contract and make a run at it, because you really only got 2 or 3 years, 2 years left.
I mean, now the LA Rams have really changed their odds with the pickup of Myles Garrett. But I look at both of these teams and say,
Well, yes.
well, the Rams, I think that the money thing, I think that and the GM and the head coach not being in lockstep, I think that, and we've talked about this, there's a good chance of they're gonna give it these 2 years. Matt Stafford is out of there. And I can see Sean McVay, like we talked about, possibly being like, well,
pulling an herb.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna be here anymore. I'm gonna go I am the linchpin of more of this. I can make another Cooper Cup. I can make a new Puka Nakua. And I just take my plan and take it somewhere else where the money and the picks aren't FUBAR.
I think he likes being in LA. I don't see him. They talking big trash. Spurs talking big trash. I don't see him going anywhere else unless he were to come to like the Falcons, because he's from here. Now I could see that.
I 1,000. You mean the Georgia Player of the Year, whatever year that was, man,
2005.
And he knows if he has the talent and the ability to. I mean, I think he can replicate what he does anywhere. And I think he just has it. Now, the 49ers, I was talking to one of their fans this weekend, their inability to pay a quarterback has always driven me crazy. They're kind of like Baltimore. Pay. I mean, not look, pay the right quarterback. Let me say that. They try to
30, you got mad about it.
Yeah, but I think they try to pay they try to not go after like a legitimate quarterback. They just try to make it with whatever they can instead of going to get a legitimate quarterback. And I don't mind that. But they've been doing this for 10 years.
They went after Tom Brady. He went to Tampa. They went after Aaron Rodgers. For whatever reason, that fell through. I think Shanahan is just from that type of coach. I believe that I can make the quarterback. McVay was one of those guys till he lost, till he got humbled. Tried Bill Belichick, humbled.
And then what he do? What he do?
Stafford. When it got Stafford. So, I do think that they need
Bring
to
me
look
back a
at
Hall of
better
Famer, big
quarterback.
dog.
Yeah.
But the Jimmy
Bring me
Garoppolo
back a good quarterback. I'll make him a Hall of Famer.
ain't
That's what
made one
Shanahan is.
yet.
No, I'm saying that's what
Well,
McVay is. That's what McVay did.
Shanahan, you ain't making Hall of Fame. I don't think you're gonna make a Hall of Famer. You be lucky to make you a Ring of Honor. He ain't made one yet. You made a Hove, go make another Hove.
You think Matt Ryan was a Hall of Famer before Shanahan got there?
Yes,
Why?
because
He had
Matt
no
Ryan,
MVPs. He was not topping anything in passing. He was a Ring of Honor guy.
Matt
If he's
Ryan's
fringe All-Star now, if he's fringe Hall of Famer now,
Matt
Matt
Ryan's annual
Shanahan got
stats.
him the MVP.
The MVP does help, but Matt Ryan at 4,000 yards a season, you don't have guys to do what Matt Ryan was doing. They don't even exist anymore.
You're not making the Hall of Fame without an MVP, dog. At least one.
Who? Phillip
Matt
Rivers got
Ryan.
an MVP? Phillip Rivers got an MVP?
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
He going. Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan going to the Hall of Fame.
I believe both of them. I think Matt Ryan gets in if it were head to head. Matt Ryan would get in over Phillip Rivers because of the MVP.
Both going to get in.
And going to the Super Bowl.
They're going to be top 10 in passing yards all time. If you're top 10 in passing yards, you get into the Hall of Fame. And there is nobody currently who's playing in the NFL that will catch Matt Ryan in passing yards, Pat Mahomes included.
You are on drugs. You said Pat Mahomes won't catch Matt Ryan?
He's not going to catch Matt Ryan in passing yards.
Matt Ryan has 40,000 passing yards?
Matt Ryan has 62,792 passing yards.
And how many does what's his name?
36,000.
And how old is Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes is 30 years old.
So you think he plays 5-6 more years? I think he gets 3,000 yards a season easily.
So
barring any type of another injury, but he's gonna get 30,000.
You think he'll play T40?
That's on the 3,000 yards a season is low. He's gonna average 4,000 to 5,000 yards a season.
I'm not sure if he's gonna
I'm willing to put money on Patrick Mahomes if he stays healthy, catching Matt Ryan in passing yards. I don't think without Shanahan, I don't think Matt Ryan gets in the Hall of Fame.
Matt Ryan never was injured until the end. That's really the thing about Matt Ryan is every year he was healthy for damn near the whole season. And I think y'all got to go back and look. 3,400, 3,000, 3,700, 4,100, 4,800, 4,500, 4,600, 4,600, $5,000, $4,000, $5,000, 4,500, 4,500, $4,000, $3,000. Like he played damn near every game from 2008 to 2022.
Cool. Without that MVP and Shanahan, it would be much more of a discussion of why he wouldn't get in versus him eventually getting in. Personally,
my only pushback is okay. He don't get the MVP. He was gonna get that 4 to 5,000 yards every year, no matter what. That's my thing with Phillip Rivers is even at the MVP, he gonna get them numbers. And I think that a lot of people feel like Phillip Rivers is better than Matt Ryan with no MVP.
Matt Ryan is better because he won the MVP.
I think that most people look, and once again, I don't think it's in that Super Bowl ends up working against him.
You
but
think him losing the Super Bowl works against him?
1000%, because that's the first thing they bring up with Matt Ryan.
Not Hall of Fame though. And I don't, not in the Hall of Fame discussion. I don't think that works against his in terms of maybe all time quarterbacks. Yeah, but I mean, you also lost to Tom Brady.
Which is always my point, is you lost to legitimately the GOAT. But at the end of the day, I mean, okay, and maybe Mahomes, but after Mahomes, who else?
Oh, ain't nobody else. No, I mean nobody. Nobody's
Right.
gonna be top
So
10 anything other than Mahomes, except for maybe Caleb. Maybe Caleb, and that's assuming that he doesn't get hurt or do anything crazy.
I mean, yeah, you gotta look at a guy like Jared Goff. He only at 39.5. Dak at 36. Dak being that good
No,
and
I don't
being
think
like,
any of them. No, you're gonna have to go young. You're gonna have to go like Drake May. You're gonna have to go somebody young that's gonna
yeah.
play,
But
assuming a while.
what I was saying is, like, you look at a guy like Dak who hasn't been an MVP, but he's been like in the discussion like 3 or 4 seasons. He got 36,000 passing yards, and I'm rounding up. Matt Ryan has 62,000 passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
Josh
I
Allen
think what
got
hurts.
30.
I think the Super Bowl doesn't hurt Matt Ryan more than Julio Jones. I think a lot of success for Matt Ryan gets attributed to having Julio Jones.
Well, I
Personally,
mean,
whether you
if
like it
that
or not, whether you agree with it or not, I think a
right,
lot of people penalize him for having Julio because a lot of people say that Julio was kind of held back by Matt Ryan.
sure.
So
I mean, my only thing with that is, you show me a good quarterback, I'm gonna show you a good receiver. And there's nobody who doesn't have one.
that what when you say good
E-
receiver, what do you mean? Hall of Fame receiver?
yeah, elite pass catcher.
Hall of Fame?
Maybe
Brett Favre?
who
I don't think any of his receivers are in the super are in the
that was gonna be the one. Antonio, what's his name? He in the Hall of Famer?
Antonio Freeman. No, I don't believe so.
And
I
then
mean,
Donald
how
Driver,
many how many wide receivers are in the Hall of Fame from the Patriots?
Gronk, future Hall of Famer, greatest tight end of all time.
So, oh well, you said wide receiver, then you changed it to pass.
No, yeah, I changed it to pass catcher because, I mean, we're not gonna sit here and act like Gronk wasn't doing the heavy lifting. I don't care what position you want to say. He was it.
I mean, I guess I can't think of off the top of my head a quarterback that has
Elway,
many.
Shannon Sharp, Steve Young, Steve Young and Joe
Yeah,
Montana, Jerry Rice, Peyton Manning, Marvin
all of them.
Harrison.
Reggie
Yeah.
Wayne. Oh, Dan Marino. Name his receiver.
Mark Duper. What was the other
None,
one?
none of them in the Hall of Fame, are they? The Munchkins. That's
I
what they
gotta go
call them.
back. I gotta go back and look. That is literally like right around the time I was born. Um
Me too.
Russell
I mean, I
Russell
know
Wilson high on that list, but I guess you got
Russell Wilson. He's a Hall of Famer, right?
yeah, but he got what's his name, who I think probably should be there. What's old boy?
Who? Hey, why was Baldwin? You crazy?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I gotta go back and look at Baldwin stats, but
You
I
got.
mean,
I may be wrong. You go look at his stats. I don't see that happening at all.
but
You take Golden Tate before you take him.
but I mean that's really about it. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers.
No, Devontae.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Matt Stafford, Ben.
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah. Carson Palmer. Yeah, after that, yeah. I mean,
Josh
also
Allen.
Matt Ryan also just a lot better than people give him credit for in the reality.
I don't deny that, but I'm not gonna say that Shanahan didn't help him get into the Hall of Fame.
I think he might. I mean,
he had his
the
best season of his
MVP,
career.
the MVP, I think pushes it over. But I mean, Phillip Rivers don't have none of that, and he's going to be a Hall of
Fringe.
Famer.
He should be a fringe to me.
I mean,
But it's tight. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody, man. We've come to the end of football. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna switch from beer to a little different, tequila. Shout out to this additive free life. This is really good non-hangover tequila that I've been trying.
Sipping tequilas. And shout out to the development of tequila, because when we grew up, it was only Jose. Wasn't no going in there and
getting incorrect. You just didn't have the pockets.
No, it was Jose and Patron. I don't remember any other tequila. I remember
you didn't have to.
Every other spirit we had high quality variations. Tequila, it was really just that gold.
Knicks fans getting tight. But yeah, we'll be right back. Norwood's going to lead us in basketball.
Hey, Rodney, ethics, leave them at home, baby. Barbecue mildew. Bite him on the face. I don't care what it takes.
Wimby already mushing y'all to the ground, kicking y'all, all that stuff. Go ahead, kick him back. Hell, we'll be back, man. We'll take a break. Hey, man, we're going to be right back. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. We will give you guys a finals update right now. It's 11:35 left in the fourth. San Antonio is up 92-91 with the ball, 12 seconds, and 94-91 because Victor Wembanyama you can't do anything about that. We'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our basketball segment of episode 234 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. We got a few things we're going to get into it. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Where you want to start, Norwood?
Okay. We're going to start with a little admin, a little HBCU. No need to put this. We didn't need to have a whole entire HBCU segment for this, but very interesting. And I fucked up the money news. Alabama State players have come out and admitted that they have thrown games. Before we get into it, I have to add this piece of context. They threw games for $2,000 in total. $2,000. Now,
when you say in total, that's not a piece?
Yeah, I'm each. Okay. Sure.
Total. I thought they had to split 2,000.
Now that. Nope, I almost said something very, rest in peace, Dolph. But this is problematic on umpteen million different reasons. Number one, let's be real. It's a podcast where we talk about, support, and uplift HBCUs. We understand that we play by a different set of rules. We understand that we can't do the same things that other schools do because their players do this all the time. Brandon Sorsby. Or maybe not, depending on how you feel. But the thing for me here is, number one, it was $2,000. Not nearly enough money. Second of all, you embarrassing all of us that attend HBCUs, have attended HBCUs, and have graduated from HBCUs. This is stupid. Very stupid. And in the words of Judge Mathis, this is crackhead behavior.
With young kids, when you see the athletes, no matter what level of basketball, football, or intercollegiate sports they play, it's a very tight-knit group. Most of the guys that play at HBCUs, that play somewhere else, transfer to HBCUs, have friends that play in play with big teams, huge conferences, get big NIL deals. It's tough to see your peers getting $2-3 million and you not getting much. With that being said, you gotta have the discernment to know, hey, it's already stacked against us. We're not gonna get away with anything. We under the thumb. So
they gonna find them little dollars every time, brother. They gonna find you.
and they had to come out and admit it because I mean I think they were in interrogation. Like, what does that mean for the administration? Now you've put the school's athletic department in jeopardy. There's got to be some type of investigation or something, because you have to look at the entire athletic department unless you absolve everybody in your statement. So now you put so many other things at risk. There's funding that goes along. You didn't think in the bigger picture. And that's the scary part of sports betting in collegiate sports. You still got to remember, these dudes, the oldest that they're probably going to be outside of, going to get somebody from Uzbekistan is going to be 22 years old. They're not, they ain't been through life yet.
Kids are stupid.
And they do stupid things. I think the university should be embarrassed. I think the university should look for
I know they are furious.
Avenues to educate. I think the SWAC should take this as a learning opportunity to educate about sports betting, sports gambling, and I hate to say it, you may have to make an example to discourage them.
I am not taking that, because I 1000% think that they do just like I know the NFL does. I know the rest of these college programs. They make you sit in a seminar.
Well, they cheating the Knicks.
They make you sit in a training that lets you know precisely what is illegal. They typically make you sign a form, an acknowledgement that says, I state your name, understand that these rules cannot be broken. If I participate in any of these prohibited behaviors, I can lose my scholarship, I can lose all my NIL, and might be able to lose some actual money. That to me is the biggest and more kind of overarching thing is you play basketball at Alabama State, kid. Your ass was going to get a job. Now, number one, when they Google your name, they're going to see this. As a person who worked in mortgages and financial services and works in insurance now, they ask you specifically, have you ever been in any type of misdemeanor or felony that involves money and or integrity? I don't know how far that this is going to go, but this is surely a headache for a person looking for a job.
Y'all better learn, SWAC. Y'all better not say nothing. Not say nothing. Y'all better learn and figure out how to get through to these kids to not make this decision.
And it's $2,000. Ain't even a whole lot of money. That's the part that's just like more frustrating to me is you got to be more, your integrity got to be worth more than $2,000. Now, if you said 50 or 100, I'm still going to be disappointed. But I'll be like, all right, at least you know what, he tried it. For $2,000? For a good spring break? For a week refund check?
This 2026, big dog. That ain't no good spring break.
Right. That's the part.
2026.
Man, I remember when them boys was getting refund checks when I was jealous. But it was more than
Wimby.
It was more than $2,000 in 2006, 7, 8. Now it's 2026. You did this for $2,000. You could have threw a party on campus for this. I've seen it. You could have threw a party on campus and made this much money.
Yeah.
I'm praying for y'all, man.
Hey, man, it's tight. We ain't gonna say too many bad things, but you embarrassed us, man. You embarrassed the HBCU community.
You
do better.
Your family, and you look crazy. $2,000 is not nearly enough money. Next up, shout out to Ice Cube and the Big Three. They will begin selling $25 flat fee tickets for season 9 in summer 2026. Number one, I did not know the Big Three has been around for damn near a decade. For something that people said he would never get off, it seems to still be getting. I think that this is also a great opportunity in a very rough economy. $25 tickets. So you mean 4 people, $100? to get in the building, that's fantastic. Um, the more that I look at this, the more it does piss me off that the NBA just refuses to help, to assist, to do anything to uplift this, and continues to basically say, "Oh, they're competition," when you know that they're not competition. And it's because Ice
Um,
Cube is unapologetically black.
yes, I think that he needs to. This is great. $25 flat fee is. He's
Fantastic.
always been about being inclusive and being allowed having it's family fun. It's during the off season. There's really no competition for real. I wish that more NBA veterans came and played. But if I were Ice Cube, I would also kind of meet with the WNBA's players for that 3-on-3 league that they have. Or is it 1-on-1? 1-on-1,
Three on three.
3-on-3? I think it's
No,
both.
3-on-3.
I think he should look at that and see if he could do some type of partnership in terms of maybe we have like double night, like where we have a double header if we're in the same, something like that. They have a little bit more funding and a little bit more organized because they have more people. But I think there is a boat or that is being missed by the big three and the WNBA's three league to not get involved. I think they should do that for real.
I see that. I could also see that being a conflict of interest because you are too like they are more competition. There are two brands that are trying to grow now. I think the big three, of course, they're in season 9 versus Unrivaled, which is in season 2. But Unrivaled has a bunch of money and their player run. So they're kind of more in direct competition. Is there something that they could probably do that could be good for both of them? Yes, but also I feel like the other brand is probably rightfully so concerned about them, the opposite, stealing their brand, where Unrivaled is a lot more of your current players in the off season. Big Three is also, moderate to decent named former NBA players. So they kind of depending on what you're into there. But overall, this is good. I think that the NBA should just be the NBA could be doing a lot more, especially with what y'all just got paid in TV revenue. More
Mhm.
basketball is better for everybody. We all about to be done with, basketball here in a couple weeks, in a couple days. Be nothing better than if the big three was right on TV. That would be great. But now we have to go outside and spend time with our families. In Atlanta Dream news, Angel Reese is the only player in the entire WNBA this season ranking top 15 in rebounds, steals, and blocks. The Atlanta Dream continued to play well with her as we continue to look at that transaction where she was traded for 2 first-round picks. Every week I feel more and more okay with it. I know there's high risk because there are a lot of good women's basketball players who are in college right now, but a bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. And when it comes to the situation right now, there are just a lot of players who I think are good who can't stay on teams because there are not enough roster spots. So we got Angel. She's selling out jerseys. She is dominating in the paint, and we're 7-3. We're tied with the Las Vegas Aces for the second best record in the WNBA. The Lynx are 9-2.
She's got to be in the defensive player of the year run. She has anchored the Dreams front court. Uh, she is one of the reasons that Ryan Howard is having a great year because she kicks it out. I think the Dream are one of the best teams in second chance points. All this is
Correct.
basically thanks to the front court. And of course Alicia Gray, who all of a sudden now block shots. So like, and then when you talk about Angel Reese's impact on the culture of the team, she is 100%. I'm big enough. It's us against the world.
Right.
And she's intense. She really could be the darling of Atlanta. Like she has the potential to be
Oh, she on the
the
way.
darling of Atlanta, especially if we keep winning. So she keeps playing
Oh,
this way, and she's embracing now. Y'all have hated her so long that y'all starting to love her now. That's the
right.
funny thing. So shout out to
Because
Angel Reese, and she hitting threes.
she's so tough. She's extremely marketable, and I mean, she took over for a legend. We outplayed ourselves last year with Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner moved on to the Connecticut Sun, and Angel Reese is taking over. This thing looks different. And
Shout out to Angel Reese.
first of all, you win a championship in Atlanta. We ain't had enough championships not to love you forever. We still love Jose for the Atlanta United. Like we will take whatever we can get if you get us a championship. So yeah, I think it's the right place. And the Chicago Sky, if y'all haven't been watching, they look miserable. Miserable is the only way that I can put that.
Skylar Diggins. She call them out every week. Hey, need some help.
And this is after you got rid of Teresa Witherspoon. This is after you get rid of Angel Reese. Now you have a basketball legend and Skylar Diggs, who is clearly peeved. And they said that going into the season, man. Chicago Sky just a shitty run organization. We ain't gonna, pull no punches because WNBA. If you run a shitty organization, you run a shitty organization. That's what it is. But thank you to you guys. Congratulations on your 2 first-round picks in the future. Even swap ain't no swindle. In unfortunate basketball news, we lost a very good basketball player and commentator, former Bull Stacey King. Most of us know him with the 1989 to 1994 run with the Chicago Bulls. He played with Timberwolves, the Heat, and then he went on to become a fantastic announcer for the Chicago Bulls on a nightly basis past last week. Thoughts and prayers, of course, to him and his family.
I don't know the details of it. It was unexpected to me. I think it was kind of unexpected to the Chicago Bulls fans.
Absolutely.
If it was,
he was calling games last year.
If it was health related, it's something that we didn't know. I just pray for peace and comfort to his family. It is what it is. We miss you, Stacey. Hey, you were one of the I remember you.
Right.
Flat top over there on the when you were playing with Jordan. So shout out to Stacey King. And it's great that you stayed plugged in with Chicago.
Right. He was just being a part. Those guys mean so much more when you look back in history of the guys who weren't necessarily the absolute best, but were a part of the reason that teams were what they were. Same way you look at like the Jeff Blouse or Mark Lemke's of the Atlanta Braves. Same thing here. Stacey King, Bill Cartwright, Ron Harper, just people who are a part that you watch play every night, and eventually you just become like on a first name basis, interested in. So, of course, once again, thoughts and prayers to him and his family. Head coach of the Atlanta Hawks, Quinn Snyder, contract extension. We knew this was on the way. I think that this was always going to come relatively soon. I think that was a part of us going 20-6 to close out the season. There was no way that he was not going to get a contract extension in the summer. He was going into the last year of his contract. And with that, there was no way that we weren't going to bring him back. And coaches rarely, if ever, play on the end of their contract. So we were going to pay him. And we did. Now, the Knicks have not lost a game to anybody but us. So I think that, and that's the rumor that's swirling, is the Knicks got him paid. I don't exactly say that they got him paid, but I think it makes it easier.
He was going to get paid regardless. Once you surge out of the play-in, that was a goal that you had to make, and you hit that goal. That was going to happen. The writing was on the wall. Auntie had already kind of told y'all that we were going to uh, sign Quinn Snyder to an extension. Once the extension with and everything that happened with Ansi, with Philly trying to get him, and we made them, president of the basketball association and all that. I mean, I'm sorry, president of basketball. That was just a formality for me for Quinn. We knew that it was about to happen. Now it's on you, dog. Now, what's interesting is that I don't think the NBA you have to tell. You all right there?
Yep, Mike saying.
I don't think the NBA has to tell. Uh, I don't think the NBA has to tell their coaching contract. So I don't know how many years this is. I don't know how much money it's for. Multi-year could be 3, could be 5. Normally you're in the 3 to 5 year range. But there has to be goals and expectations set. Like, hey, the East is going to be a very interesting, wide open spot going into next year. So we'll see.
Oh, now let me make this clarification. This don't mean shit. He don't factor into the salary cap at all. And as much as teams will hire a coach, they will fire a coach. Wrestler, he is infinitely rich. And if they have to take a loss because it ain't working out, I think the Ansi Saleh will say, hey, man, cut bait and move forward. This don't cost us any real money. So he was just in a situation where ultimately we had no other choice other than to pay him. But that don't mean he's going to be here forever. If it don't look good in the next 2 years,
it's a 3-year contract. That's what I would assume. It's a 3-year contract.
It could be a 30-year contract. When they don't care. If they sick of you, look at all them coaches that not the Bulls, that the Knicks are paying. Knicks still paying Tibbs and somebody else, right? No, not Tibbs. Somebody else. There are multiple coaches, maybe the Pistons, who are paying like 3 or 4 different coaches at a time. NBA don't care about that at all. It's either win or go home. So is this a big thing? No, but it is something. He had to be paid. And this is the part that I alluded to. I will tell y'all right now, the score is 106-100 in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. At this very moment, the only team to have beaten the New York Knicks in the playoffs is your Atlanta Hawks. And if they're not your Atlanta Hawks, then you can go to hell. Cavs swept, Sixers swept, Spurs legitimately at this very moment fighting for their life in Madison Square Garden.
It's hometown. I'm not conflicted. I think the Hawks were better than the final game where they got eliminated in game 6 and were down by 61 points at one point. I think that was just an anomaly. I do think that the Hawks were better than the Philadelphia 76ers, and I think that they could have given the Cleveland Cavaliers a run, but the Knicks right now are on a generational playoff run. That may end tonight, but you never know. They're on a generational playoff run, winning 13 in a row. So I do think that you have to look at the Hawks differently, but I also think that you have to, Josh Hart. I also think that you have to, we're not better than the Spurs. If the Spurs get swept, which I don't know if that's going to happen, we're still not better than them. I do think we're better than the 76ers and the Cavs, or at least as good.
I am more frustrated with Gogo Batadze and that bullshit that he did. Because I can't say that we could not have beaten the Knicks if we had a little bit more size. Does that mean that we win a championship? No. But I don't think the Knicks run off on the way that they do with us if we have one more legitimate big. Now, I'm going to also say we could have played Koloko and we chose not to do that. That was stupid. But not having Jock Londale really changed things. And that seems to, in hindsight, mean more than what I thought it was going to mean. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's just me, but I'm not sleeping great about it. Shout out to Kev. Jameer Nelson has been promoted to assistant general manager. Oh, excuse me, to executive vice president from assistant general manager. He will be working under President Mike Gainsey, and this also means that Sixers legend Elton Brand will be looking for a new position, as this was his position before. Apparently, it sounds like he's going to stay with the organization in a new role.
Demotion. Yeah. So shout out to Jameer. He's, isn't he from Philly? If I'm not mistaken. Isn't Jameer from Philly?
I don't know enough about
Jameer from Jersey.
It's the same thing.
You said Sixers legend Elton Brand. But yeah, shout out to Jameer. Hey man,
I mean, he is a legend.
He's fun to watch. He was fun to watch. He's plugged into basketball. It was time for a change with Elton Brand. I am interested to see where this goes and how he takes this organization.
He's from Chester, Pennsylvania.
Oh well, he's from Pennsylvania. Okay,
yeah.
Well, he identifies as Philly.
Shout out to Chester.
But again, I'm interested to see what he does with this organization because they've been in an interesting place.
Are you?
Since James? Yeah, I am. I want to see what they do. You got to figure out some stuff. You got Embiid. You got Paul George.
That's the reason I don't. Everything.
I want to see what decisions he makes.
I hope they gave him a 5 year
for a reason.
I hope they give him 5-6 year contract because what are you supposed to do? Embiid, and y'all know I'm a big Embiid fan. That's probably the worst contract in the NBA right now.
Yes. There's one because we talked about it recently. I can't remember who it was.
I'm thinking like Jakob Poeltl is bad, but not that. Devin Booker is bad, but he plays.
I don't know what the future holds, but
I do.
It's potential that it could be Chet.
Yeah,
Miles Turner's pretty bad too.
No, but none of those guys. First of all, they're like half. Miles is like 30. Chet is expensive, but we're kind of knee-jerking, pause, if applicable, Chet. Chet was really good until he got to Whoa. And outside of that, Chet has 1,000% been worth it. But Joel Embiid, the contract starts next year at $58 million. 27-28, $62.5 million. And
why would y'all do that?
28-29, Daryl Morey. Player option is $67 million, which means that you're going to have to play out probably, if you're lucky, 2 seasons, and maybe you trade him as an expiring. But then if you trade him as an expiring, somebody going to want something to take $67 million. Especially when there's no value in tanking. It's not like, oh, well, I just take Embiid, we'll tank for a season. Man, hell, I might tank for a season and end up with a 7th pick.
That's tough. It's tough. Shout out to Jameer, though. Figure it out.
David Tully, boy. What else we got? Let's move right on to the finals. Before we get to that, your president is going to the finals.
He's there. 4th quarter.
Oh, and funny story. The Knicks are down. This has been an entire fiasco. No bag policy. They basically canceled the parties that were right there by Madison Square Garden. I'm sure that there are probably 80, probably half of this stadium is Secret Service. And the Knicks are losing by 8 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. Your president doing his type of things. How do you feel about this?
I don't care. Why are you there? You ruined it for a bunch of Knicks fans. For me personally and my political views, this is great because he's going to get blamed for why they're losing because they are clearly down right now with 3:43. That's why I keep looking up. The game is right here. They are clearly down 3:40 left in the game, down 8. Trump, you ruined the experience for the Knicks fans. They couldn't line up the one of the big marketing tools that the NBA has is each team being allowed to have their fans that can't afford to go to the game because the tickets are $7,000 for the nosebleed to be able to line up outside and watch the big screen and interact with everybody else. You took that away. They had to build a fence around New York. Basically, they built a fence around Madison Square Garden to for security measures. It was selfish. It's trash. They told you had to arrive to the game 3 hours or 2 to 3 hours early, and I'm paying all that money to watch a dude go out there, and he's not gonna be there the whole time. Like,
and how am I supposed to even get there that early? But
and I gotta go to work.
And I have to leave work at a time where I can go home, change clothes, and then get back into the city. Now, I'm going to do this right now, and me and Kev talked about it before. I don't know if y'all feel the same way. I have to change my pick. I am now rooting for the New York Knicks to win the championship.
Because you want the Spurs to win?
No.
So the teams that you go for lose?
I am rooting for the New York Knicks to win this championship because if that president goes there, and let's kind of set the stage here. New York Knicks fans are seeing nothing but blue and orange skies. They are as happy as they have been in, I can't tell you,
my lifetime.
It has been over 50 years since they've won a championship.
It's been over 50 years since they were up in the finals.
Up 2-0 against an alien. If that president goes and they lose this game and go on to lose this series, that city, oh, it ain't gonna be safe.
Already blue. They gonna and Mom Donnie gonna Mom Donnie gonna be out there
you looking at this from like reasonable ideas here. I think that we're gonna need Batman, Superman, the Green Lantern. New York will be very dangerous if these Knicks don't win this championship. They might burn that whole city down.
It'd be a lot of depressed Knicks fans for sure. And the Giants ain't doing nothing. They signing OBJ.
And what's his name is hurt for the Yankees. The Mets are terrible. New York, that city might burn down.
Well, we're gonna see. It's 3 minutes left. 108, 102.
We legitimately might not have a city of New York. And also,
we don't have a city.
This will also become a seminal. No, I don't think y'all taking this as seriously as I am. If they lose this series, this will be associated with Trump for the rest of his life. Like, it's cool being a 2-time president, all the rest of that shit. You beat a couple cases January 6th. Yo, if you fuck the city of New York,
ain't he from New York?
But yes, that's the part you have to understand. All the rest of the cities, y'all will be. I hate to do it to us, but y'all will be the new 28-3. LA gonna be on your ass. Philly gonna be on your ass. You're not gonna be safe anywhere. So we need the Knicks to win for this country to continue to move forward in whatever type or manner you expect it to. So I have to support the Knicks. I don't want to see this country collapse.
Sure. That was an odd way to get there. Foul. No foul? Wow. They are playing football out there, dog.
But I will tell you, maybe I'm the only person who's looking. I was up all night thinking about this. If Trump goes here,
I can guarantee you were the only person up all night thinking about that.
I was like, if he goes, because there's at least a chance that this could just It's like us. Until you
Mm.
get the championship, you always think that something could happen.
Pins and needles.
And
Pins
and
and needles.
and I mean, like, look at Worthy. Worthy is a good Knicks fan. He will. He may never emotionally recover from this.
Oh no, I don't. No, he'll emotionally recover. He's not a New Yorker Nick fan. No shade. He's from Alabama. He's got Alabama. He's got Philly. He's got
Yeah,
the
nah.
Braves. Wow,
I
Stephen
mean,
Castle. He's got
I
all of that.
I agree, but two up, and then this motherfucker show up, and then it fall apart. Your other champion, Jesus, that three. Your other championships ain't gonna keep you warm. What Kanye say?
Yeah.
Your degrees won't keep you warm at night.
Yes, they will. But they're not gonna
But
win none anytime soon. The Giants suck. So it's tight.
also,
But it's a lot of basketball to be played.
we also want to give another shout out to El Jefe, aka Popovich. He's mentored both of the coaches who are in the championship, doing a fantastic job. Coach Woodson and Coach Mitch, both coaching their asses off. I will say that everything that you could ask for in the finals, we are currently getting. So shout out to those guys. The Popovich tree is the Popovich tree, and it's not just coaches. We have gotten, I mean, our general manager is a Spurs guy. Pop is running that basketball. He's running that thing top to bottom.
Yeah, the Spurs organization is probably, if not the best, oh, that's a foul, if not the best organization in basketball.
They are.
Um,
It's not even a close second.
they
Golden State is a close second. It's a far second.
um in our lifetime, yeah. Wow, OG missed that shot. In our lifetime, yeah, but Mitch Johnson is a great coach, is a good coach, up and coming coach. Mike Brown is probably on the border of being a great coach. I think if he wins this
Oh,
championship
he win
this
the
year,
championship. He's a great coach.
he's a great coach. Um, and sometimes one thing that I do like about Popovich that he's, as we just talked about, Saban is very Saban like, is you get to go there and rehab who you are and learn how to be a better coach. And when you come back, you are the guy, right? Mike Brown had the stench of LA and Cleveland, right? Garden, ooh, that's game set. Ooh, he missed it. Stench of LA and Cleveland on him from with egos and Kobe and all of those things. So if he had all those people, he had all that on him, and then he goes to San Antonio, he goes to Golden State, he gets better, he goes to Sacramento, brings them out of the darkness, and then gets terminated because him and Fox
into
whatever.
darkness.
And now he's in the finals with the Knicks. So if he does that, he would be the best. Big shot. He would be the best player. I mean, he would definitely be a great coach. De'Aaron Fox, big shot. Fox. De'Aaron Fox. Spurs up 113-108 with 12 seconds left.
Shout out to Big T. Big T. No. Oh,
Boy,
my God.
they gonna
ban.
I can't say that because they're gonna be mad at Trump.
Ban. And you know what? The
funny
part,
and it's a lot of Trumpers in New York, northern New York too now.
Oh, and he's sitting right there next to James Dolan. You know James Dolan. Hey, that's not my problem. Not my problem at all. And then finally here, one interesting thing. Wimby in conversation, they found out he refused to endorse soda companies from, I think, his agents, he says, because he doesn't want to kill the kids. I am conflicted about this. On one hand, great. But you endorsing Nike. I don't know if you read what they did.
And where they do they stuff. Y'all forget. That's a good point. Nike had all them articles come out and they ain't changed nothing. They didn't change not a thing.
Oh, and I mean, let's also basketball is tied to that MBS fund. Ain't no running from it, especially now with this president. If it's something bad, you already tied to it, brother. You lifting it
You
up.
got to
You are
stand on it, though.
it's on your back. They just talked about the whole Dubai Emiratis situation, telling people to visit over there.
Oh.
But with that being said, we are going to sit here and watch the end of this.
Oh, yeah. Y'all tune in. Appreciate it. It is 9.4 seconds left. San Antonio up 113, 111 over the Knicks. OG just hit a clutch 3 in the corner that he's literally been doing all playoffs.
I love OG Anunoby. He is. Josh Hart is my favorite Knick.
Josh Hart, one of my favorite players.
Me too. But the one thing that I love about OG Anunoby is the one thing that I don't have is I don't have the same control of my emotions. He is always I could not imagine being in there and playing with Kawhi and OG. I don't know if we winning by 15 or losing by 15. Bruh, somebody gonna have to do something. And Kawhi and OG just never excited, never had we're just playing basketball today. No, we're playing for a championship against an alien. And you just gonna shoot that straight face and then walk to the bench? I don't have that much composure. I've never had that much composure in my entire life. I don't know if the Lord will ever allot me that much composure. And if a moment like that presents itself to me, I don't know I'm gonna do that well. Best thing you can do is you just hope I had to keep my clothes on, to be completely honest. I don't have no other way to say it.
Wow. That took a turn.
Yeah, well, and sometimes
I don't know. I'm not gonna look at my phone because I think we're behind a little bit.
No,
113 to 111, 6.8 seconds left. They just fouled Castle, who hit probably the clutchest 3 of the game.
Yeah, I don't.
But we gonna see. What you gonna do, Stefan? 81% free throw shooter, 3 or 4 tonight, 6.8 seconds. What do? You got to put Vic. Yeah, Victor's down there. Man, I mean, he looks fake. Like he looks like he's not really from here.
Who?
Victor Wembanyama.
Yes. And I mean, and everybody on that floor is tall. Like Jalen Brunson is 6'2".
Jalen Brunson's little. Stephon Cancel is 6'6". And he looks like, I mean, regular. Carter Bryant. We gave Carter Bryant a hug. Carter Bryant.
Yo, Carter Bryant got to get some facial hair or something, bro. He looked 12. Hey, no, don't even come over here and stand next to me.
I mean, he's 18, right? 19?
Right. No. Jalen Brunson is 6'2".
So 6 feet.
So he's a little bit taller than me.
Yeah, he's 6 feet. He's 6'2" with shoes on.
Right.
Castle hit both.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all while we're here, Donald Trump will be, him and James Dolan will be the cover. The name of this episode will be Shit Show.
Sabotage. Shit Show. I can guarantee he won't be at game 4. I can guarantee you that.
I don't know about that. Now, and it's Trump. It's with the ego. So you got to kind of be like, oh, they going to run you off? If I'm San Antonio, I am leaning into that. I am my media team. Damn.
Yeah, I knew they didn't. We could talk. I knew they didn't walk this back. Nah, they really are considering not playing Texas Tech.
I mean,
deep 3 for the win.
This is they're gonna do it because I'm gonna tell you why. Because they're not gonna take the money loss. They're not gonna do that. Sorsby's not. I'm not even sure if he's good. And you know what? The bad part about this for Texas Tech is this takes away from a really good season last year and the ability to build on it. all the things that you did last year are going to be chucked out of there because this is going to
This
be the
year
big
too.
story.
Well, I don't think he was on Texas Tech last year.
He wasn't, but people don't pay attention. I say it all the time. People do not read. They don't even click the Google to say, "Hey, man, let me verify." Nope, it's got to be true. Trump at Madison Square, boy. Also,
All right, Knicks. So how y'all gonna recover from this L?
a lot of y'all, this is what y'all voted for.
I ain't got no. I be telling them at work all the time.
I typically don't want to hear from Stephen A. Smith. I want to hear from Stephen A. Smith.
He already said he didn't want Trump there. He already said, like, why would you come here? And then his fans was like, you.
Oh, they finna tear him up too.
He was like, I don't care what y'all say. I don't want him at the game.
All right, man. Come on, end this, bro.
Yeah, it's over with.
Well, while we watch this, I do want to thank you guys. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe. I'm trying to put up more content posts just so we can interact. If you guys want stories and things for us to talk about, please let us know. Before we get out of here, did we miss anything, Reggie?
No.
All right. Number one, more Black baseball. Shout out to Mike Harris. Keep doing your thing. You hauling us down. And Mauricio Dubon and Jorge Mateo. Y'all adjacent. Y'all playing on our team. Number two, shout out to Kevin in the back. What up, though? Number three, the Historically Black College University your cousin went to, your auntie went to, your uncle went to, you went to, send some money over there. Historically Black College University you go to for homecoming, step show, vibes, to be around your people, send some money over there. Women been going back to deal with something. Number three.
It's just showing the camera from the other direction. An interview.
And then finally, the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University. We only ask for $18.68 on behalf of the year that the university was founded. Support HBCU, support Black creators. Adios, mi amigos. God is love. Until we meet again, y'all be safe. We are out of this thing. Peace.
Peace.